Success doesn't happen by chance. It's built on a solid foundation. In this video, I'm sharing the 4 game-changing rules for success that will help you achieve your goals and unlock your full potential. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss this.
All right, so want to crack the code. The billionaire code, I mean. How do they reach that impossible level of success? We're going deep today on some seriously insightful stuff from entrepreneur Dan Martell. He says he spent over 100 hours with 4 different billionaires.
Wow.
Learning their strategies, really soaking it up.
You know what struck me? These principles, they're not just for billionaires. Anyone looking to level up, this is gold.
Exactly. Whether you're aiming for that billion-dollar empire or just want your own game, we're pulling out the best stuff.
The most actionable,
counterintuitive stuff.
And even surprising advice from his YouTube video. Just for you.
For you today.
It's not about copying their exact path. It's about the mindset, the approach.
Right.
Dan starts by highlighting what he calls the impossible to fail foundation.
Okay.
These are 4 skills billionaires focus on really early. And, I was surprised it wasn't just fancy degrees and connections.
It's a total mindset shift. Billionaires, they invest in themselves first. That's the ultimate asset.
So adaptable in any situation. In any situation.
Okay, so skill number 1.
Okay.
Sales. Now, before anyone tunes out thinking sales isn't for me, he's not talking about being pushy.
No.
It's about persuasion. Effectively communicating your value. So you get buy-in.
Right.
It could be customers, investors, even your own team when you're trying to get them on board with an idea.
Oh, you know what's funny?
What's that?
He actually offers his teams $2 million a month sales script if you DM him script on Instagram.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
Putting his money where his mouth is, I guess.
Right.
On the power of sales.
On the power of sales.
It's a bold move.
It is.
Might be something worth checking out, though.
On your own time.
On your own time.
Okay, so moving on.
Moving on.
Skill number 2, networking.
Okay.
But again, Dan has a different take on it.
Oh.
It's not about collecting business cards. It's about how you position yourself, the value you bring.
I like that.
He tells this story about how his own networking just transformed when he changed his answer to, "What do you do?"
Oh, interesting.
At first, he'd say something like, "I am new here, not sure what I'm doing."
Okay.
People would just walk away.
I mean, yeah. Who wants to connect with someone who doesn't even know what they bring to the table?
Exactly.
Right.
But then he shifted it. He'd say, "I help startup founders with marketing." Or, "I help X with Y." So clear. Articulating his value.
Instantly more interesting.
Instantly. It's a powerful lesson for anyone building relationships.
Professional or personal.
Professional or personal.
You've got to go beyond the surface. Figure out what you offer and communicate it.
You got it.
And it shifts the dynamic.
Absolutely.
So next up.
Next up is leadership.
Leadership.
Dan argues the difference between a millionaire and a billionaire is that billionaires, they build people, not just systems.
Systems are important, though.
Systems are important. Checklists are important. But the real return is in developing your team's skills, expanding their vision.
I can already hear you applying this to our listeners.
I am, a little bit.
This isn't just about leading companies, right? This is teams, products, families.
You got it.
It's fostering growth in others.
It is.
And that really applies to just about everything.
Every aspect of life.
And finally, the foundation that it's all built on?
Bedrock vision.
Dan breaks it down into 3 parts. 100% clarity on your goal, 100% belief that you can do it, and holding that vision with unwavering conviction.
Unwavering 100% of the time.
100% of the time. It's fascinating how that ties back into the self-fulfilling prophecy. You believe in it so strongly, it just starts to manifest.
Yes, it does.
I wonder, for our listeners, is having that clear 10-year vision the first step to really start applying all this?
It's a great place to start. Take a moment. Think about where you want to be in 10 years. What's that picture? Get crystal clear on it.
Yeah.
These 4 skills.
Yeah.
Sales, networking, leadership, vision.
The foundation.
They form the impossible to fail foundation.
They do. But Dan doesn't stop there. He goes into how billionaires approach risk and opportunity.
Uh-oh.
And it's not what you think.
This is where we start to see that separation between the get-rich-quick schemes and the real deal.
The true lasting success.
Lasting success.
The rules of the game, he calls them.
Yeah.
Playing differently from everyone else.
Different game.
So are you ready for rule number 1?
Hit me. Rule number 1 is a quote from Warren Buffett.
Okay.
Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful.
Okay, I've heard that before.
Right.
But how does that play out, like in the billionaire playbook?
It's about spotting trends early, seeing potential where others just see risk.
Okay.
Think about the early days of Bitcoin
Oh, yeah.
or AI.
Yeah,
Lots of naysayers.
definitely.
But the people who saw the potential and jumped in early, those are the ones cashing in now.
So it's not about being contrarian just to be different. It's about that foresight
Foresight.
to see the real opportunities.
Yeah,
The ones other people are missing out on because they're scared or skeptical.
exactly. It's like Wayne Gretzky said, skate to where the puck is going to be.
Love that quote.
But there's more.
Okay.
Rule number 2 might surprise you. Diversify after the payday.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Isn't spreading your bets the smart move? Right from the start.
that's what we're always told.
Right.
But Dan says billionaires, they do it different.
Okay. How so?
Early on, they're laser focused.
On one thing.
One venture.
Yeah.
All their energy, all their resources go into making that one thing a success.
Okay.
Then, once they hit that big win,
Yeah.
payday, then they diversify.
So going all in at the start,
All in,
then using that success to branch out.
when you've got the means to diversify.
So what does that split look like?
He actually recommends 50-50.
Okay.
Secure half in safe, stable investments.
Okay. Makes sense.
And the other half, invest in the next big thing.
So you're enjoying the fruits of your labor,
Mm-hmm.
but still playing the game,
Still in the game.
pushing the boundaries.
Yeah. It's brilliant.
It is.
Yeah.
Is that realistic, though, for someone who's not, already a millionaire?
That's a great question.
Right.
It does require a different way of thinking.
Yeah.
But the principle, it's sound.
Okay.
Focus intensely on building something substantial.
Right.
Then use that success as a launch pad
For more growth.
for diversification.
So intense focus at first,
intense.
strategic diversification later.
Later.
Okay. What's the next rule in this billionaire playbook?
Rule number 3 is about time horizons.
Okay.
Be long-term greedy, short-term generous.
Intriguing. Break that down for me.
Billionaires, they play the long game.
Okay.
No quick wins, no short-term gains for them.
10, 20-year horizons.
10, 20 years. They're patient. They build that momentum over time.
That they're generous.
But here's the thing. They're surprisingly generous in the short term,
Really?
building goodwill, strong relationships along the way.
So it's not about hoarding wealth. It's about abundance.
Abundance and sharing it.
Sharing it.
It's about building that reputation for integrity, for trustworthiness.
And abundance.
And abundance.
Yeah.
By being generous, they create this cycle, this virtuous cycle. They become magnets for opportunity.
People want to work with them.
People want to support their vision.
It makes you think about how our short-term actions can impact things long-term.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to be less focused on instant gratification
Right.
and more on those deeper connections,
Yeah.
that foundation for lasting success.
Absolutely. And that brings us to rule number 4.
Okay.
Spread as many chips as possible on the poker table
Okay.
so that taking a risk isn't really risky.
So this is where that diversification comes in.
Exactly. But remember, this is after that initial success.
The payday.
The payday. It's about having multiple irons in the fire,
Okay.
but placing them strategically.
After you've won a few hands,
You got it.
like that analogy.
Yeah.
So stacks of chips on different bets.
Right.
What does that look like in the real world for billionaires?
It could be a diverse portfolio of assets. Okay. Stocks, real estate, startups,
Art, even.
even art, collectibles.
Wow.
It could be expanding their business geographically,
New markets.
new markets, new industries.
Not putting all their eggs in one basket,
Right.
but also maximizing their chances of another big win.
Exactly. And by spreading the risk, they can be bolder
More ambitious.
with those individual bets.
Because the downside is limited.
It's mitigated.
Like playing with house money.
Kinda.
They've secured those winnings.
Secured.
So they can afford to take bigger risks.
They can.
This poker analogy, it really highlights the calculated risk-taking.
It does. And it reminds us that sometimes the best hand is the one you fold.
Oh, interesting.
Knowing when to walk away is just as important as knowing when to go all in.
So we've got these 4 rules of the game. Be fearful when others are greedy.
Diversify after the payday.
Be long-term greedy.
Spread those chips.
These are powerful mental models
Powerful.
for anyone looking for that, significant success.
I agree. And what's so cool is there's no secret formula here.
Yeah.
No insider knowledge.
It's principles anyone can use.
Anyone.
Apply to their own lives.
Whatever their goals.
It's about thinking bigger, playing the long game.
Understanding that strategic risk-taking.
But most importantly, investing in yourself, right? That's the ultimate asset.
It is. It's not just about, self-improvement for the sake of it.
Right.
It's about becoming the kind of person who attracts opportunity.
Who creates value.
Yeah.
On a massive scale.
Exactly.
So level up those skills, your network, your vision.
So you're ready.
You're ready when those big opportunities come knocking.
Absolutely. And, this isn't just for aspiring billionaires.
No, not at all.
Think about someone who wants to change careers.
Oh, yeah.
Start a business.
Totally.
Same principles apply.
Identify those skills you need, build the right relationships, and have that clear vision.
It's like a blueprint.
A blueprint for success at any level.
At any level.
Speaking of blueprints, Dan throws in this really interesting point towards the end.
Oh, yeah.
He mentions 44 cheat codes he wishes he knew in his 20s.
He doesn't say what they are, though.
No, he doesn't.
Total cliffhanger.
Right. Makes you wonder what kind of game-changing insights he's got.
I know.
Maybe it's a teaser for another video.
Maybe.
Or maybe he's saving them for, his inner circle.
Could be.
Either way, it makes you think about what we wish we knew back then.
Those aha moments.
Right, where some piece of wisdom just changes everything.
Changes your whole perspective.
But the key is to keep learning, keep looking for those insights.
Keep challenging those assumptions.
Absolutely. So, for our listener, what's one action they can take away from all this?
It's easy to get overwhelmed with all this info.
Right.
What's the one thing they can do to start applying these billionaire principles? I think the most powerful takeaway is vision.
Vision.
Take some time this week to really nail down your 10-year vision.
Years.
Where do you see yourself? What impact do you want to make?
It's like a compass, right?
It is.
Guides your decisions, your actions.
Guides everything.
And these billionaire rules, they're not just some abstract ideas.
No.
They're mental models, strategies, perspectives.
Anyone can use them.
Think bigger. Play the long game. Invest in yourself.
That's the key.
That's the ultimate asset.
Who knows? Maybe one day we'll be doing a deep dive on your success story.
That's the dream.
Until then, keep diving deep.
Keep reaching for the stars.
That's it for this deep dive. Hope you got a lot out of it, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing content.